Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. What a disastrous weekend for Manchester United. Everything that could go wrong for us did go wrong at Emirates, losing a game in the worst possible fashion. And then after the game, after what was a comment by Erik ten Hag that I didn't really pay too much attention to. I didn't find it overly disrespectful. I thought maybe he just hadn't seen enough from Jadon Sancho in training. We then saw a statement released from the player, and now what seems to be clear the air talks about to be taking place at Carrington between the two. Erik ten Hag versus Jadon Sancho. It's what we didn't need. It's what the club didn't need. The player, the manager, nobody needs this right now. You know, we've lost 2 out of 2 away games against 2 teams that we consider our rivals for those Champions League spots. It's not been an ideal start to the season. We lose that game in the manner that we did at the Emirates, and then we have this to deal with. It's just a headache no one really wants, especially when you've got the backdrop of the Glazers still lingering around and not potentially selling the club. We'll get stuck into this story. We'll look at the statements from both Ten Hag and the player himself, and I'll give you my thoughts on everything. But I also want you guys to get your thoughts in the comments below. And whilst you're doing that, do me a little favor, will ya? Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 150,000 subs ASAP, and I can only do that with your help. Join our community here by hitting that subscribe button. We have almost daily content and reaction to everything Manchester United and Premier League and world football videos as well on the big stories. So get hitting that subscribe button. Right then, after Manchester United lost, if you need my reaction to that, the video has already gone up. You can check that out after we're done here. Erik ten Hag was asked about Jadon Sancho, and he said, Sancho out based on performance, on training. We didn't select him. You have to reach the level every day at Manchester United. That's why in this game he wasn't selected. And then we saw a statement released by Jadon Sancho on his social media accounts, which read, "Please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that are completely untrue. I've conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team. I respect all the decisions that are made by the coaching staff. I play with fantastic players and I'm grateful to do so, which I know every week is a challenge. I will continue to fight for this badge no matter what." So that was Jadon Sancho's comments after we heard from Erik ten Hag. Now, we also saw last season Jadon Sancho was given a number of months off from Manchester United as he seemed to go away to clear his head. Erik ten Hag was very supportive of him. We've seen them share a lovely embrace pitchside as Jadon Sancho made his return. And Jadon Sancho seemed very thankful at the time for Erik ten Hag and the way he was handling and treating him. So how have they gone from that to this? It seems very, very strange. Now, we do hear today that United are standing by Ten Hag's comments about Jadon Sancho. They say there's nothing more to add. Erik ten Hag is expected to hold clear the air talks with Jadon Sancho. And Jadon Sancho, some say, close to his camp, that he hasn't been getting a fair run at cementing a first team place, pointing out that Antony is sometimes given preferential treatment, despite struggling for consistency himself. Now, Manchester United insiders apparently dismissed this theory, though with a belief for Ten Hag feels Sancho can still give more. Now, look, all of that, those reports are, you know, rumour. You know, they're things that are just put out there. We don't know whether they're true or not. If he's unhappy that Antony's starting ahead of him when Antony's been playing poorly, and look, I think Sancho's played off the bench quite well this season at times. Come on and impress. I've wanted him to start a few games ahead of Antony. I can see why he'd be disappointed about that. But we also know that maybe, well, we don't know what's going on the training pitch. And there may be things that he's not doing on the training pitch. We've seen some of the greatest players, the most talented players that, you know, sometimes in training, they don't do it. And they're honest about that. I don't do it in training as much as I do on the pitch. Some managers will take it, some managers won't. Now, maybe, I'm assuming that's the case with Jadon Sancho. If that is the case, and Erik ten Hag just wants more off him in training, then he has to do that. And you'd rather see him do that without putting a statement out there. Go and knock on your manager's door. Go and speak to him face to face. Is there any need for a statement? Especially when, look, if the manager had criticised him and gone in on him, fair play. You know, you hold your right to a public response. But I don't even think the manager's comments were that bad. that warranted that kind of reaction. He says, please don't believe everything you read. Well, what you read is the manager's statement, his quotes. So you're saying your manager's a liar. I will not allow people saying things that are completely untrue. Again, you're saying the manager's your liar. I've conducted myself in training very well this week. You and your manager clearly have a different idea on what conducting yourself well in training is. Maybe you've been there. Maybe you've participated in everything. Have you put yourself out there? Have you worked your hardest? I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. Now, maybe this is something where he's seeing Anthony getting preferential treatment. And if he feels that way, you know, footballers have big egos. You've got to fight for your place to get back into that team. I don't think it'd be particularly that hard to rid Anthony off his position. He's not like he's tearing, you know, the place up. He goes, all I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team. And it goes on to say, you know, fantastic players, coach, staff he respects, etc., etc. He will continue to fight for the badge. Do it in training. You know, do it when you get an opportunity. It's not great to see us airing our dirty linen in public. Now, when I immediately saw that, I kind of thought, we ain't seeing Jadon Sancho in a Man United shirt again. And I'll be very disappointed because I think he's a fantastic player. I don't think he's, you know, done great for Manchester United. I think he's had his moments. You know, I don't think he's been consistent at the club for whatever reasons. You know, we've chopped and changed managers. That can't have helped anybody. But under Ten Hag, I think he's got a great opportunity, got a great coach there. Apply yourself. I really want to see him do well at Man United. But if that's what's happening and we've got something bubbling away with you and the manager, there's only one man that's going to win, and that's the manager. We've seen Garnacho, Wan-Bissaka, Rashford. You know, the manager's spoken about them publicly in the press. Probably said a little bit more. They've reacted well, got themselves back in the team. We've seen the way he's dealt with Ronaldo and Maguire. He puts the club first. And ultimately, I think the manager will be doing that. I've been frustrated Sancho hasn't started too, sometimes. But you have to be reacting in a different manner. You have to be giving more. And if you're not doing that, then you can't expect to be in the team. But United don't need this. The manager don't need this. Player don't need this. I would love an ideal world. They have each other a hug. You know, they settle their differences. Jadon Sancho responds in training. Everyone lives happily ever after. But the way you're feeling at the moment, with everything feeling so negative, everything that could go wrong did go wrong in the game, in some of the games so far this season. You just feel like maybe this story hasn't got a happy ending to it. But let's see what happens. The manager has shown that, you know, last season the way he treated Jadon Sancho. You know, he saw the human side, and maybe sometimes you can see the human side. Maybe you see someone that's just frustrated. Jadon Sancho's statement, you know, it wasn't particularly bad, although you infer from it, you call the manager a liar. But he hasn't overly criticised anyone. Maybe that, you know, it's not. But I don't know. It's just a headache, isn't it? It's just a headache. And United need all the players they can get. Especially someone with the talent of Jadon Sancho. If he applies himself, you got some player there, but who knows what's going to happen. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you see Jadon Sancho playing for Manchester United again? What is going to happen? See you in a bit.